Well, we're doing it. We're showing consistency. If you seen this video, probably because I've been running out of line of videos. I'm getting them in. Trying to make up for lost time. You know the intro. Welcome to WitPro Reactions. I may or may not be in witness protection. I could be, but you'll probably never know. The truth is, I'm not. So, even if I was, it's not important. Who cares? I'm here to bring you videos. The videos on Elon's internet. Seeing what everybody's getting into out in this world. Today we got another one for you. I got a bunch of stuff saved to my watch later. I'm your plug. I'm just going to bring you the videos. I'm not going to censor none of them. One take Tony. Whatever we say, we do. Whatever craziness we get into on the channel. The ridiculous stuff we see. The missteps in how we speak and pronounce ridiculous even. I'm leaving it all in. Y'all becoming the homies. And play a fuck up. You do, so do I. So, we ain't doing no filter. What you see is what you get. Like we just chopping it up, hanging out. My crib, your crib. Like turn on YouTube. Let's see what's going on. Just having a laugh. That's it. We're telling people what not to do, and we get into a little back and forth about what's right and what's wrong. It is what it is. That's what we come here to do. And I yap. It's a reaction channel. I gotta do it. Otherwise, I'm just taking people's videos. And I got some context. Again, it's just us kicking it in the living room, my crib or your crib, and we just shooting the shit a little bit. That's it. But we're gonna get into this next video. This one's supposed to be a longer one to start. 30 minutes. Let's get into it, see what we can get to. But hold on. I gotta do what I always tell y'all to do. Pay your fare when you come in. It's a simple like, y'all. It's a simple like. And I told y'all this before. If you're starting to see way too many of these types of videos because you're clicking it, all you gotta do is click something else that you like. You should be showing love to anybody you subscribe to, or anybody's videos that you go to. Give them a subscribe, give them a like. And the same thing I do at times when I'm going through like a range of my favorite YouTubers, my favorite content creators. I hit the like. And when I'm like in the lane of sports, I might start getting a lot of sports stuff. All I gotta do is go to something else. If I want to balance out the algorithm, YouTube is very easy to do that one. It is what it is. And you can still like and subscribe all you want. And I'm a subscriber. You subscribe to other people. You like their videos. Do that for me. It's free. Don't be a hater. Be an appreciator. I wasn't even looking for that to rhyme, so shut up anyway. I wasn't doing that on purpose. Just don't. Shut up. Just keep it moving. But this one from Red Tree Crime. I don't know that I reacted to any of their videos before, but we're going to do it today. And again, I don't gatekeep. So you like, we're always yapping, blah, blah, blah. I ain't going to stop yapping. I'm trying to minimize it, but it's a reaction channel. Let's have a little fun. But if you want to see it undisturbed by my yapping, here it is. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. That's where it's at. So that's where you're going to find it. I don't need to make any changes on my OBS. All right. Let's get into it. Dumb killer realizes he was caught on camera. Something tell me we're going to be politicking a little bit on this one. But let's see what we got.
Patient of emergency.
I need an ambulance. I just came into my friend's house and I found him dead.
Do you think that he's beyond help?
He's not breathing. He's not moving. He's gone. He's been like this, it looks like, for a minute.
What makes you think that he's been there for a while?
He's hard.
The caller had claimed that he had just walked into the apartment he shared with his roommate when he found his roommate's body lying on the living room floor. The police told the caller to stand by while they cleared his apartment.
Lansing Police, if you're here, make yourself known. And did you witness? Did he go through the whole apartment and set up his interview?
That's our scene right there.
Right underneath that cushion.
Once he noticed him, he walked out.
When the hole here to the left.
I got it.
All right. Wow. Okay. Good there.
Thought that they were looking for something.
It appeared that whoever had killed the victim had been searching for something inside of the apartment. The victim, 28-year-old Donovan Barfield, also known as Lou, was located under an air mattress in the living room.
Let's grab, if you want to grab 2 medics.
Yep.
They don't need the whole engine crew in here and everything else. Come up here and go from there, okay?
An officer leaves the building to go speak with the person that called 911. When he finds the caller, he detains him, just in case he is the killer.
Okay, you want to just come back to my car? I'll have to set you down real quick for weapons and whatnot, okay? And then we're going to go to the passenger side. You don't have anything on you that's going to poke me, stick or anything like that? No weapons?
Yeah, that's it, Lansing.
Just
Yeah,
until we can
Lansing
get everything
is
figured out and then get somebody to interview you. Situation like this, we definitely don't want to lose you, you know what I mean? So who is he? Is he your buddy or? Okay. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Did you go through the whole apartment?
No, I came in to get some shoes, and I didn't even notice him on the ground because it was a mattress.
So once you noticed him, you walked back out?
Once I noticed him, I left. I walked out.
Once he noticed him, he walked out. He did not walk through the entire apartment. So you came over here to get some shoes? What's his name?
His name's Donovan Barfield.
How long you guys been friends?
Man, I've known him for about 4 or 5 years.
What'd you notice when you opened the door? Was it unlocked?
When I came in the door was like, it was unlocked. But when I stuck my key in, like the door just kind of like pushed open. So when I went in, like I seen the crib, like it looked like somebody went through the whole crib.
So you said you had a key for the apartment? Why do you have a key?
Because me and my girl have been into it, so I kind of been staying over there.
How long you been staying?
Couple weeks.
Okay, so you're just gonna sit tight for a second, okay? Again, I'm sorry for your loss. We're gonna try to figure out what's going on. I know the detectives are gonna want to talk to you, okay? So in the meantime, you just want to sit there and they'll be with you shortly and we'll go from there, okay?
The victim's roommate, 21-year-old Joe Woods, would be transported to the local police department and put into an interrogation room so he could be interviewed by the detectives. Meanwhile, officers start knocking on doors, hoping someone may have seen or heard something.
Hello. Just wondering, did you hear anything or any type of commotion or anything last night or early this morning at all coming from over there or around? No. Okay. No one yelling, no arguing, no.
I ain't heard nothing last night. I ain't heard nothing yelling. It was raining last night. I'm tired.
Were you home all night? Were you home all day?
Me and my family was, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you live here?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get your name?
No. I shouldn't even be asking you questions.
You're not in any trouble.
I know I'm not, but I don't even like being in this stuff. I was locked up before, and I don't even like getting involved in nothing. I don't like snitching. I don't tell. I don't see. I ain't see nothing. Neither of my.
I'd say even the way that he said, like, I ain't see nothing, or I don't know nothing. Even the way that he said that, I was like, even if he did, he wasn't saying nothing. He wasn't saying anything. He wasn't going to do it. Because it wasn't like he was saying that, like, I really didn't see anything. His tone was like, nah, I ain't doing no talking.
Family. And the only people that stand here is my mother, my father, and my niece and nephews. That's it.
Okay. So there was just an incident, and all we need is your first name, and so we can put in the report that you saw nothing, because we have our job to do
I
too.
won't give it to you. Sorry. You knocked on somebody else's door, asking if they seen it or heard it.
We'll talk with maintenance and get your name.
All right.
When you say they came down, where do you know they came from?
Down that way.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing about those situations. At that point, you can say you don't want to speak to them. They're gonna they've already technically they've taken a statement. You saying I don't know anything, speaking, answering the door in that way means they've actually taken some notes of you saying something. At that point, they have to know who you are. So they're going to try to figure out who you are. Even if they don't get your name, ultimately they're going to say resident of apartment 101 or, you know, neighbor, first floor, just beneath the suspect apartment, or, you know, incident apartment. Like they're going to note who you are after trying. They're going to describe who you are if they can't find out who you are. So at that point, you may as well just drop your name, because once you talk again, they're going to have to put it in their report that they spoke to you and what you said. Because if they don't, somebody's going to say, why didn't you speak to the neighbors? Why didn't you knock on doors the other way? And once you speak to them, they can't like just pretend it never happened. So just for everybody's understanding, once you're in those situations, they're going to have to write who you are. Once you give any kind of statement, they're going to have to ask your name. If they don't, they'll find out who you are or try to describe who you are. So say nothing. Don't answer if you don't want to have that conversation. Otherwise, just be comfortable in giving your name, because you're going to have to. You ain't got to testify that like that, especially if you say I ain't see anything.
Did you know what apartment?
No.
Okay. Nope.
And the young kid said, I'll pay you $10, let me spend the night.
Aww.
I said, I'm going to call the police, you better get out of here.
Okay, so what, can you describe the kids?
They had black hoodies.
They had
and
their
stuff.
hoodies tied real
Take
tight
one at
around.
a time and do it. So take.
One was short.
Okay, was he black, white, Hispanic?
Both black.
Okay, black male. He was short. Like how short?
The one was short.
Yeah, one was about this tall, and the other one was a little bit taller. And the one that was shorter was hiding behind the other, so where it looked like it was just one person.
Anything else you can describe, or did you see?
He talked kind of funny.
Okay.
I had a stroke, so.
Okay. What did you see anything on them, or did you?
Well,
he carries a backpack.
And he carries a gun.
The taller guy has a backpack?
Yep.
How do you know he has a gun?
Because when he walked away, and you know how they have that other little pocket on the back part, you know, it has the big zipper on it, and then they have a little, you could see a shape of one.
So other than when they were hanging upstairs, did you ever see him anywhere else?
Yeah, the night, that one day that our car got broke into, the vibe.
I told the manager they used to come in, I left my car unlocked, they'd ramsack it 3-4 times.
Did you see them do it?
Yeah. I come to the office one day and they were in my car. I went out there, I said, get out of my car. You. Yeah.
Witnesses claim that they had seen two young black males, on more than one occasion, getting into trouble all around the apartment complex. This didn't give investigators any leads as to their current location, but now they believe that they were looking for multiple suspects. While the police began to process the crime scene, detectives would interview the victim's roommate.
Tell me about the buzzer box outside.
Okay.
When was the last time you were home the night before, right?
This how I know somebody did it. Somebody he knows. Because the only way you can get in the door is if somebody buzz you in the door. You feel me? So it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a metal box. If y'all go over there and look, it's like lifted up. Like somebody was like, I don't know, trying to drag it or mess with it.
Have you ever seen
it? I just never seen it like that. So that's something I just remembered.
You walk in the apartment, and where do you go?
The roommate sound like he from Cali.
As soon as I close the door, I look to the kitchen.
Sound like he sounds like from like Southern California or somewhere.
In the kitchen a little bit. Walk out to the back into the living room like Luke, screaming out his name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing if he's in there. I'm like, it looked like somebody, tried to rob. Ransack the crib. So I'm like, I'm thinking somebody in here still or what? Because the door is open.
Oh no, maybe you got a little Detroit too. They got some parts of their accent kind of similar.
I kind of like walked by the couch and he was like under the mattress. Sometimes he might have some people over there might shoot dice or something. This is what I'm thinking happened. So he had somebody over and they were shooting dice or something like that and they got into it. That could be something that happened.
Okay.
But it has to be somebody who knew, because he didn't say nothing to me about people have to go out or go anywhere or do nothing.
The detectives were sure that the roommate knew more than he was telling them, but without any evidence, they were forced to let him go. As the investigation continued, a friend of the victim, named Anthony Brown, made a surprise visit to the police department, and he told the police he was there to help find the killer.
Okay. Have you ever played dice with Lou before?
Yeah.
Alright. He's usually high roller?
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably like they shoot dice when they shoot dice. Cause I had just got out of jail like a couple months ago, so I haven't been able to get a job or nothing. Sure. So like I just been having pocket change for whenever like my mom would let me get money, and I have a girlfriend that works in Jackson. Yeah. So she come down on the weekend. So like she.
I don't know what bro relationship is to it, but if he got anything to do with it, what he telling right now, he should not be telling. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He should not be telling anything that he got going on right now. Absolutely should not be, because he's saying what he's saying right now is showing that he got some level of desperation. He's like, I just got out of jail, I ain't got no money. My mom be trying to help me out every now and again. I got a girlfriend. I've been dealing with a little pocket change or whatever. If that's what you're doing, and you're around gambling and stuff like that, you give it motive. So I'm gonna assume he ain't got nothing to do with anything right now. But if he do, he already played this off.
Cash at me money every now and then. So like I really just try to save.
And he's saying his girl giving him money too. So it's one thing to have a girl and we want to do stuff for her, but she giving you money too. You know what's coming with that. Even if she don't make a situation out of it, you as a man are gonna start to feel insecure about that. And like, how can I show her I'm getting, how can I give back to her in some way? And that gives you another motive for like, yo, I'm around homie. He a high roller, which you already told us. So he carrying good money. He doing it enough to be gambling with people. If he got something to do with it, he playing this stuff right now.
Help my mom with bills as much as I can.
Yeah, help my mom with bills as much as I can. So
what I would do, I would shoot dice, try to get some money to help.
Yep, you barely got any money. You shooting dice. If he holding dice games all the time, he probably know how to roll. So he probably smacking them, getting all the money. Now he feeling even more pressure because he's gambling and he getting taken. All I gotta do is take to the point of like, yo, let me win my money back, and you ain't got no money. I'm not gonna loan you the money that I just got from you, so you can bet me back with the money that I already got from you. So you trying to double down on that money. He got the money. You probably like, yo, man, I'm tapped, blah blah blah. You chose to gamble. It's my money. I want it now. This is all like telling a story. So yeah. This might look spooky for him real fast, because all of this is telling me like desperate times and you gambling, trying to make money, because like I just said, got a girlfriend, mom giving him money, girlfriend giving him money. He's starting to feel insecure. Just came home from jail. Like, I ain't even, forget me just not being able to provide. I'm not even carrying my own weight. I get a little couple dollars from them. I'm trying to take that, turn that into something else, flip that a couple of times in some way, gambling, so I can come back. One, that's not sustainable, y'all. So if y'all ever in a situation like this, I hate the idea that sometimes, recidivism, you get a jail record, which is another thing important for you to remember. You get a jail record, it's going to be extremely hard for you to do anything. Forget even just getting a job. That's going to be one thing. But you got people that, you got places and people and employers that try to keep an eye on providing opportunities for folks in terms of like reentry programs and stuff like that to reduce recidivism. But you still, in that situation, got to find somewhere to live. And if you don't have family, or family won't let you live anywhere with them, you got to try to find a place. And if you are a criminal, if you got a criminal record, if somebody has a background, they used to work in apartment rentals, they not giving you one. It's going to be extremely hard for insurance and other reasons. It's going to be extremely hard, especially if that apartment comes with other tenants. It's going to be extremely hard to rent. It is one of the things that if you look into it, you research it, is one of the most difficult parts about somebody re-entering society after jail, particularly if you've been away for a while, or if you got some record that's like not a non-violent one-off kind of record. And even that non-violent can't be anything to do with like theft or destruction or property or anything like that, because then that's another way that you probably are not going to be able to get an apartment. But if you're in a building or a place with multiple tenants, it's not just like a single family home that you're renting somewhere. Even a room with other people living, it's extremely difficult. Think about all of these things. I'm only telling y'all this so y'all think about these things in advance. Just advice. If you can, especially in 2026, find a way to make money legally. For all the different ways you can do it, by your phone, etc. bide your time. You got to show some patience. Try to be patient with yourself. Stay out of these situations, these desperate situations, because you're going to get you cooked long term. That's just my advice. Class out of session for now.
Okay. What's the most you've ever seen Lou with? Big old stack?
I'm not sure. He probably had about a couple $100 on him.
Okay. That's kind of typical, normal.
Yeah.
Anthony explains that he would play dice with Lou because Lou was known to always have a stack of cash, ready to gamble. This information gives the detectives a possible motive the killers would have had, and it also explains why Lou's apartment had been searched.
He shot dice a lot.
And a couple $100, ain't no high roller.
Shot dice with the wrong person, they probably
but I guess relative to your monetary situation.
Like, let's say if he got drunk or was at a show, like, because he got friends that like rap and stuff, so he'd be with them. They're from Detroit, so I don't know if like he flashed money around other people or not. So.
But you seen him do it when he get drunk.
Yeah, but he wasn't like a heavy drinker.
Mm.
He was just like sipping and stuff.
Okay.
That being said, you said you've never been there before. You were not going to find your fingerprints in his house or any DNA or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Did you know where he lived or about where he lived or anything?
No.
And then you said you went to jail. When did you go to jail? What was your time frame there?
I did about 2.5 months, close to 3.
What did you do that for?
Possession of a firearm and marijuana, scale and stuff.
So you had a situation where it's similar. Guy in an apartment flashes his money, likes to play dice, and some guys that, I don't know how many, some guys that he knows show up, knock on the door. He knows.
Yeah, somebody you knew, because they said he buzzed whoever was there.
All these guys knew he had money, had a plan to take the money, but something happened. Somebody screwed up. Somebody made a mistake. Well, some of the guys that didn't have any type of weapon, they weren't there for that, right? They weren't there for that. The other guy, who might have had a weapon of some sort, screwed up. He didn't tell his boys this was part of the plan. Don't get me wrong. It's still wrong to show up and rob somebody. But there's a huge difference to me in, the guy that was just, hey, I'm going to do a quick cash grab here and get out, and the guy that murdered somebody. Yeah, you were a witness to a murder. Yeah, you went to rob somebody, but at least you're not on the hook for murder. If that scenario means something to you, if it strikes a chord with you, if it makes you think about something, let me know. Okay? Does that mean anything to you? Doesn't mean anything to you. Okay. So I'd be a shitty cop if I didn't ask you. Did you have anything to do with Lou's death? No. Okay.
The police continued their investigation, and they received a phone call from a family member of Joe Woods. Joe had been the one to call the police after finding his roommate's body in the apartment they shared. The caller explained that Joe had a computer in the room he was staying in that had a camera with motion sensor detection. The caller told police that Joe told them the camera had recorded the killers going through the room right after they killed Lou. This meant that Joe had gone into the apartment, saw Lou's body, removed the computer, and then called the police. The police immediately contacted Joe and asked him to come in for another interview.
Well,
that's your man.
Got me in the middle. I'm the one getting death threats. I ain't did nothing.
At least tell me this, okay? At least tell me this. For God's sakes, you didn't delete it, did you? You didn't delete it, did you? Please tell me you didn't. You did not delete that, did you? It exists, right? I mean, for the life of me, I can't understand why you wouldn't want me to solve this. Do you not want me to solve this homicide? You're not being fronted as like a snitch or anything. Let the video speak for itself. Let the video speak for itself. That doesn't make you a snitch, it's just video. Let it speak for itself, okay? You're gonna end up making this real easy for me. You're gonna end up making not the investigation, but my decision on what happens to you. You're gonna make my decision real easy. We can talk about where it is and what's on it later. Just please tell me you didn't delete it. For the love of God. Did you delete it? You did not delete it. Okay. Thank God. Now, it seems to me the only person that would be threatening your life would be the people that did this.
Yeah.
Am I wrong there? Am I off? The only people that should be threatening you are the people that killed Lou. I solved this. I lock him up. Threat's gone. Am I wrong here? I don't want to have to find it without you. I really don't want to burn you.
You're just trying to throw me under the bus. Just like
I'm not trying. What I'm trying to do is what I told you from the start. I'm trying to solve Lou's homicide.
Then what? Y'all get the video and what? I'm gonna get charged or something?
Are you listening to any of this? I'll be honest with you. We get that video. I'm good. We'll take care of Joe. Nothing's gonna happen to Joe.
You give me that shit tonight, and you're gonna be sleeping in your bed. This is happening tonight.
That's your word?
That's my word. Man to man. Man to man. You sleep in your bed tonight, I get that shit.
The detectives were able to convince Joe to give them the computer so they could view the video. Joe is not allowed to leave, just in case it's his face they see in the footage. There appeared to be 2 suspects, rummaging through the room, looking for any valuables they could find. One of the men can be seen taking an orange backpack. At one point, a suspect turns and faces a camera. This same suspect is seen holding what appears to be a handgun, and he is also seen stealing a pair of black and rose gold sneakers. As the video continued playing, a third suspect is seen in the room, looking for items to steal. After watching the video, the detectives asked Joe if he knew anyone in the footage.
Where you want? We're gonna have an officer give you a ride wherever you want to go.
To be fair, you know who threatened you.
Tell me,
so he know who it is. Nah, don't go there.
Regardless of what y'all think, like,
I ain't gonna hold you. They looking for you. Don't go to your BM house. What are you talking about? Your baby mom and your baby there, bro. What are you doing? These niggas looking for you. No, figure it out somewhere else for a second, brother. What you doing, bro? That ain't the place you want to be trying to like chill. You ain't comfortable going home, bro. They know her. They know where she at, bro. Come on, y'all think. If you concerned enough to leave where you at, they know where they gonna know. Somebody know you. I don't care how close you are to them or if you don't really know them. Somebody somewhere around there gonna know you and know you got a BM and they gonna know where she stay or a roundabout. Don't go her crib, bro. You gotta figure something else out. Or a little temporary stay joint where nobody expecting you, nobody expecting to see you. Then figure it out. If you're concerned, get a folks a couple of times to go find out whoever did it. And then you go hang out with your BM and your child. You don't bring that around them, bro. You're crazy. What y'all doing out here?
My plan was to put it on the flash drive and eventually give it to y'all.
Like anonymously or something. Yeah. We can't, there's no way, this is a homicide investigation. I can't just not tell the prosecutor that.
Now, I'm WitPro. I may or may not be a witness protection. I'm not. But if I was, I would say, bro, you can make a living. You could just, start a YouTube channel. React to stuff. You ain't gotta be getting your BM involved in nothing, bro. Take a little time. You got the laptop or something. You had something to try to erase that evidence that you found. Get on there. React to stuff. And you can't use WitPro because I'm already here. But what's homie from Chicago name that do all the like the interviews and stuff? I can't think of his name. Start with a T or something like that. And he talk about all the Chicago business in the mask. You can do that. You can talk about all the Detroit, Michigan, Lansing info. You can do all of that. And they definitely want to hear about all of that, all the salacious activities going on. And a homie that you knew apparently was connected to some Detroit rappers. You got the end. You already know what's going on in the big city in Michigan. So you BM away from all of this, bro. Figure it out without her for a while. And then double back when the coast is clear.
This all happened. Okay? I have to let them know we got here, but how it happened. Alright? So, you kept your word, I kept mine. I'm gonna go to bat for you. They may not be happy about it, but it is what it is.
They look like kids, like young kids,
Joe told the detectives that he had no clue who the killers were, and he also provided them with his alibi. After confirming that Joe was not one of the 3 suspects, they released him, and no charges were brought against him. Despite having video footage, the police were not any closer to figuring out who the killers were. As the investigation continued, the police received an anonymous phone call. The caller advised them that they believed the killer was 18-year-old Neil Prince, and they provided the police with Neil's Facebook page. After checking Neil's account, police noticed that he was selling items that had been stolen from Lou's home. In one of his pictures, Neil can be seen wearing the exact same shoes that had been stolen, as well as a gold chain. He also closely resembled one of the suspects, so the police were able to get a search warrant for his home. Inside Neil's apartment, the police found the orange backpack and the rose gold sneakers. Neil was arrested and brought in for interrogation.
You know why we're sitting here talking?
If any like super youngins are watching this, so teenagers, I know your brain ain't fully formed, so you don't really have that connection to long-term consequences. Your impulse behavior is way too strong and dominant in your personality, because you haven't lived long enough to actually start to feel the consequences of decisions made in the past. You just made them, so you don't really get this, you haven't sat with the consequences yet. The part of your brain doesn't fully form until I believe when it stops. In general, I think that's the last part at like 25, which is why you'll see 25 being age is used for like Airbnb, 25 being where you get the major drop in car insurance. Actuaries don't accidentally come up with that 25. It's because of that part of your brain doesn't form in terms of long-term consequences. So to insure something for anyone under that age is a little bit more troubling and harder to do and more expensive. So until you're 25, you're not going to really start to really get an idea of what long-term consequences are. That's why they send young boys on stupid missions, or y'all just do stupid shit again out of impulse or just short-term thinking. Let me tell you, where is your old head right now? I know you don't know how to really like stop and think about what it's going to be like because you live 16 years. That other 16 goes by like this. You might be 18. That other 18 goes like this. You'll look up real quick. I'm like, man, I did 2 stints of 18 years. Think about how long it feels you just getting through high school. You usually get through high school at 18. You think that next 18 is going to go slow. No, nobody. And I've lived both of those. It's not going to go. You'll be 36 like this. Take it from me. I'm telling you now. Stay out of shit. Don't do anything that come with big long-term consequences. Because you really have no sense. But when you find out, it's going to be too late. Also, don't play the game of I'm young, or let somebody hype you up and tell you I'm young, I'm a juvenile, so they're only going to be so rough on you. First of all, more and more states don't give a fuck how young you are. You do a grown man crime, you're getting grown man time. That's a fact. Number 2, even if you do get away with a little bit of it, you still are setting yourself up where you can't just be like, I had a juvenile record. If it's a certain type of crime, the same problems that you would face as an adult trying to get in and actually, hopefully, at some point decide to live a productive, regular life in society, is going to be extremely difficult to do, which means you're probably going to be forced into a cycle of criminal shit. Take it from me, please, when I say like that time goes this fast. Stop doing stupid shit when it's long term. You get into little stupid mischief. We all did stupid shit when we was young. Stop getting into big shit. Stop it. Especially being influenced by these stupid ass music and social media and people you will never actually meet in life that will go on about their life not giving a flying fuck about you when you actually get in trouble for something. The people you're showing up for and trying to show up for online ain't gonna be around. Some of those people you don't even know for them to be around. Stop it. Class back out of session. For now.
India? Do you have any idea at all?
No. When they came to my door, they busted in.
We're here to talk to you about a homicide, okay? That's what we want to speak with you about.
Homicide?
Yep. Knowing what we're here to talk to you about, does that jog your memory at all? Any idea what we're talking about?
No.
Okay. We want to speak to you about a homicide that occurred over on Bayview on December 14th, specifically. Okay. Understand that we did not come to your house, and we're not talking to you by, it's not just random, just didn't pick your name out of a hat. We have information available to us that we think that you have some knowledge about that incident that you can share with us. But do you remember December 14th? Do you remember where you were at or what you were doing that day?
No.
And so recently, within the last month, you haven't been over there?
No.
You visit a friend over there?
No.
Here's the deal. This homicide occurred on Bayview in an apartment over there. We know that you were over there. You were seen over there, and you were also on video over there.
Why would that show up?
I don't thought you watched the video, that's not me. I thought you watched the video.
It is you, and like I said, the person saw you over there. That knows, somebody that knows and recognizes you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut the wrong person.
So what we want to do here, listen to me, it's not the wrong person, but what we want to do here is, one, we can't put words in your mouth. So I can't give you possible scenarios that occurred, but everybody has a story, every situation has a story. We know something happened over there. We know you were there. What we need you to do now is tell us the circumstances which occurred. So what we need you to do, take a deep breath, explain to us what happened that night over at the apartment on Bayview.
Everybody out there, speaking of, everybody take a deep breath. I don't care, shut up. I'm telling you right now, take a deep breath. Without noticing it, we all go through our days without taking deep breaths. It's healthy. Stop and take 3 real quick. Shut up, I ain't gotta be a yogi. Just do it. Stop complaining. Don't bitching. Don't skip. Take 20 seconds, just do 3 deep breaths. We gonna wait for you to do it. I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it myself too, but y'all do it. And let your shoulder drop. Every now and again when you're going through your day, just think to yourself, drop your shoulders. You tense up your shoulders without even thinking about it. You build up anxiety and tension in your body, inflammation, all of that without even thinking about it. And the internet, and I know I'm on the internet, but again, I keep it real with y'all. We folks, the internet ain't a great place to be spending a ton of time all the time. It's not. So, and without even noticing, you build up tension in your body. So shut up. You can take those 3 deep breaths. It's good for you. So you ain't out here doing all this extra stuff that we see on these videos sometimes. Tranquilo. Calmate. Drop the shoulders. We're going to continue politicking.
When someone is under intense pressure, their brain seeks a small repetitive action to release tension. Neil continues wiping the table, despite there being nothing on the table. Wiping off the table is Neil's way of self-soothing.
Let me ask you this. Did you know that there was surveillance footage in the apartment? Yes or no?
Yes, I don't know.
Okay, I will tell you there was surveillance footage in the apartment. You are on the surveillance footage. Do you realize that? I'm not bullshitting you. So that I'm giving you an opportunity to tell us what happened. So, knowing that you're over there on video, somebody has identified you. There's certain items in the apartment tonight that we found that came from that apartment. This is your opportunity to tell us what happened.
A dead man's property in your apartment.
Them stupid ass phone posits y'all killing for. Phone posits. I know this video was like 2018 or whatever, but killing these over $300 phone posits is crazy. And on top of that, y'all need to figure out how you going. Well, you need to figure out how you going to explain that the sneakers that they already have has his DNA on it.
That you've only lived in for a couple weeks. You're telling me.
What? What company?
I'm telling you that there's a dead man's property in your apartment. I'm telling you that I know that someone had put you in that area, and you're telling me that you weren't there. I know you were there, but what I need to know, Neil, is what happened. You're the only one who can help me with that. I need to know what happened.
The detective shows him the video of the robbery. Showing the suspect the video can backfire, because Neil can see that the video doesn't show a clear picture of the suspect's faces.
But see, that's the problem. We can see you in that video, and we can see you grabbing the shoebox. I don't think you're understanding. Like, we're not BSing you on the video part. There's video of you grabbing the shoes. Those shoes were found where tonight? In your apartment. So if I showed you a Facebook photo with you wearing the shoes and the necklace, how would you explain that?
Once you say Facebook and you wearing it, you don't even need to see the video, youngin. You already know you
That's
wore it
you
and put it online.
wearing a dead man's necklace and a dead man's shoe. Tell me about that. Okay, now hold up, before you keep speaking. Plug thought shit was sweet. I doubled back and he ain't see shit.
I think what I'm gonna do on this channel at some point, as we do more of these videos, I'm gonna do it end of the year, but y'all gotta like and subscribe. We gotta get big enough for me to be doing all the extras. I'm gonna start taking notes on some of these videos, just off to the side, and I'm gonna write down the videos. And then at the end of the year, we just gonna nominate people. The WitPro Reacts Stupid Criminal Awards. We gonna nominate people. I'm gonna do 3 to 5 in each category. I'll figure out some categories. Y'all can help me decide them too. When we get large enough, y'all can start, obviously y'all gonna be in the comments telling me to react to certain videos and stuff like that, or videos y'all came about with stupid criminals. We gonna do something, because at some point we gotta start highlighting the stupidity, not in a positive way, but just showing the world stupid shit. I don't care if you're young or not. You adult enough to do stupid shit. You adult enough to get highlighted for it. Like, because some of this shit is just exceptionally stupid. It's just exceptionally stupid at any age. Oh my goodness. This is the things that the internet and everybody be talking about with drug music. You go and do the craziest crimes, and the first thing you want to do is literally tell the story about it. Because it got a beat, y'all, does not mean that you're not self-incriminating. Oh my God. Next one of y'all. You know what I would love to see? I want to see one of these drill rappers at some point name their album Plead the Fifth, and they have a double disc of no fucking audio. Literally, I'll buy it. Name each song, no music, no words. Matter of fact, make it an instrumental. Give us something for it. Just make it an instrumental and call it Plead the Fifth. Genius idea. I don't even want credit for it. A drill music artist. I don't care if it's an EP, mixtape. I would say full album, double disc. Make it all instrumental. Call it I Plead the Fifth. Call it I Plead the Fifth. Put no lyrics under the shit. Just let the music play. You not speaking the whole time. Maybe then others will copy it. I would say start with not doing a fucking crime. Let me just start there. I always say, let's start with just not putting yourself in a situation. Short of that, let's go ahead and let's just make it normal to stop fucking telling on yourself. Just make it normal. And sometimes with drill music, anything in society, one thing is success, it catches on. And maybe that's the start of us recovering back from people just doing stupid shit on a regular basis and just being cool with it and having it emulated several times over in front of millions of people in the world all the time. So there you go. Have the idea, rappers. Call it I Plead the Fifth. Make it all instrumentals. Your idea.
See, he didn't see a thing. Tell me about that.
That's a song caption.
That don't have nothing to do with the dead man that you went back and got his stuff.
No, gang miles.
Okay, what you're not understanding is people saw you there. Okay, there's video surveillance of you inside when this happened. The dead man stuff is inside your apartment. What I don't understand is why this happened, how you know him. These are all the things that only you can help me with. But there's a lot of stuff stacked against you right now, and things aren't looking good for Neil. Things are looking really bad for Neil. There's a lot of Facebook posts that have been put out there about dead man this and this and this and this and that. Always.
Well, let's watch your mouth, detective. Let's also behave. Like, you can censor yourself in this situation, shorty. Don't make this the opportunity to get your shit off. I heard you. I heard you, Detective Becky Joe. I fucking heard you. You know, watch it. She think this is the time to get her shit off. Like, I can't wait to read the rest of his Facebook posts. I'm gonna let it fly. You hear me? I'm gonna let that word fly. And sure, did you at least use the soft A versus the hard ER? You did. And you could have very easily took that opportunity to drop the hard ER. And I noticed some of y'all doing that when y'all be reading stuff. Don't think I don't know. And that's not what the papers say. Also, that's to you. Also, auto caption bots. This one was decent. It censored the word a bit, and it censored it as the soft A. Some of y'all and some of these transcript bots. I'm fucking watching.
With your name attached to it and your friends, I need you to help me. Help me figure this out.
I'm trying to help you.
I don't think you are trying to help me. You deny everything. I've let go of fake account. All of a sudden, I don't have a tablet. The tablet's missing. I threw it away. It don't make no sense. Why would you throw all that? That doesn't even make any sense.
If you have a broke phone, are you going to keep it?
No, you said a tablet. You didn't say a broke phone. You said a tablet.
I'm in general. Like, you got something.
But okay, regardless, you have all this stuff stacked against you. Why wouldn't you want to tell why? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want to tell you why you were there?
You think if I knew the shoes and necklace was stolen out and posted and wear it or even buy it, what sense does that make?
You stupid. It doesn't make any sense, and you did it. Don't try to play that card, because we still gonna check the evidence, and all you gonna do is corroborate what we already know. It's fucking stupid, and you did it. And it doesn't make any sense. And you did everything that you just said makes no sense. Why would I do it? And then they're going to play that in front of the court and say the DNA matches. Everything that you see here, it is actually what was stolen. His face is also there. And then here's a video of him saying that makes no sense. It was stupid. Why would I do it?
I see correspondence on Facebook with your friends, Chris, John, all these guys back and forth. Don't be talking on the media. Don't do that. So I know that you know more than what you're saying. Okay, I know. I already know that, Neil. I already know that part. But I don't know why. I have no idea why this happened. There could be a logical explanation. You're 18 years old, so you're willing to just not tell your side of the story and just go to jail for this.
I think they'll say like 16.
That's what you want to stick with. You don't want to talk. You don't want to tell your side of the story.
If I do got praise for this, I know I'm gonna get out first. They don't find anything me, so.
Then who was it?
That's your job to find out. I don't know.
Did something happen where you had to defend yourself? I don't know. But I know all those noises are just being repeated in your head over and over again. All that stuff that happened that night. Whatever it was. A push of a table. A big bang. Something. All that keeps clicking, click in your head. And you just...
He's not one of them ones. He already 18. He already a little hard, and he ain't gonna give it to you. The only way you get from him is he gotta sit for a night or two. He gotta sit maybe even for a week, a month, as you're doing it, and it start landing. Right now, it's not landing in his head. It's just going through one ear and not the other. And he can play it the way he's playing it right now. He is the one where, like, if you get the others that were involved in this, and he think they gonna talk, especially if he was the one that pulled the trigger, he's gonna talk. Or if you catch the other two when he know that probably somebody gonna say something, or even get rumors that somebody talking. Then he gonna be like, hey, can I speak to detectives such and such about what happened? These almost always happen. He gonna round back around, and then he gonna tell. Tonight you probably gonna get anything from him because he's tired and he feel like whatever. It'll land and he'll come back.
Repeatedly see the whole scenario over and over again. This is your opportunity to tell us why. I don't know why.
I ain't got no grief on my shoulders. I speak good at that.
You do know, Neil. You were there. That's not disputable. That is not a disputable fact. We're talking about facts. You said you didn't do anything that night, so who did? Get yourself out of it. Pull yourself out of the hole. You're in a hole right now. Pull yourself out. You said you didn't, so who did?
That's for y'all to find out.
Because you know. You know. You can help yourself out. You want to sit on this for everybody else who's involved?
To me, I promise you I'm right.
Just you? You want to sit on it for yourself. You're okay with sitting in prison while your mom and sister just struggle from these apartment to apartment things, and you can't help contribute. The man of the house. Really? Because you want to act like a punk and not tell your side of the story? You're 18. You're a man. You're the man of your house. There's nobody else there. And now, guess what? You're not going to be there. Unless you tell your side of the story, we can figure out what's the logical reason for what happened. We need to know what happened. And you can tell us. You can help yourself, Neil.
I'm trying. Wow,
you're not. You're sleeping, and I'm having a conversation with you.
I've been here like an hour and a half waiting, and now y'all trying to blame me for murder. Y'all just expect me to just sit here and tell everything when there's nothing to tell because I wasn't even there.
What I'm asking you to explain to me is why you were in a dead man's apartment. That's what I'm asking for you to explain to me. Why were you in there? How do you know him?
Putting the head down is often the moment the suspect becomes overwhelmed. This usually happens when the detectives present strong evidence, or the suspect's stress hits its breaking point. A suspect will do this to mentally escape the situation.
Okay, I can't understand you. You are sit up like a man. Sit up like a man so I can understand what you're saying. I can't hear you. I'm talking to you clearly. I'm showing you respect. You're not showing me any respect.
I am tired. I keep telling you. I just haven't seen here for like 2 hours, basically.
Like legit, he probably is tired. That's what I'm saying. He need to sleep on it. When he sleep and you wake up and you realize you in this situation right now, his brain is foggy because he's tired. He exhausted. He dealing like the narrator said. It's probably a bunch of stress. Everything weighing heavily on it. You gotta let it. You gotta let it land. Let it marinate a bit. And when you sleep and you wake up and something that happened the day before, you wake up with that realization that like, oh, this shit really real, whatever it is. It ain't got to be anything crazy. Just one of those where like something trying you need to go to sleep. You wake up and it's just like, oh man, that's real. That's for real. That's a different realization. You ain't getting it today. He too tired to do it. He ain't gonna do it. And even if he wanted to do it, you don't want that. You don't want that testimony because all he gonna do is double back later on and be like, I was so tired. You don't want that.
I'm showing you respect by staying awake and asking you questions.
I keep asking the same questions. So,
I am because I'm not getting the explanation. Is that because you don't want to share and you're tired and maybe if I go to sleep they won't ask me any more questions? But I got a lot on my mind right now, but I'll just pretend like I'm sleeping instead. That's typically what somebody who has information does. I've done enough interviews to know that. That's also what guilty people do as well, Neil. They pretend like they're sleeping, so maybe this will just go away and disappear. It's not, Neil, it's not, Neil. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. I just need to.
This is also, if you want to stop the question and you're tired, you really do want to go to sleep and be done with this, say lawyer. And it's over. Then they're going to do what they got to do. So if you just want to like, all right, y'all going to do what y'all got to do. It is what it is. Stop asking me questions. It's very easy to stop this. It's very easy to stop it. Say lawyer. Say, I don't want to speak anymore. I want to speak to my lawyer. And it will stop. They will grab their pen, pad, paper, and they'll issue whatever charges they have, if they have any on you, and they'll move on. There's no point to like try to go to sleep. If you don't want to ask or answer any questions, just say lawyer, y'all. Just say lawyer, and it's over.
You know why?
We'll get your ride, Neil. You're gonna be heading downtown, okay? Just wait here till we come back.
Well, I gotta go downtown.
Probation violation warrant. Probation violation warrant to start with.
See? I don't even know if he's under arrest right now. They just saying they getting him right now. Well, technically under arrest. They call it a probation violation. They're not even actually charging him with anything at the moment. You could have did this a long time ago.
Okay. What I violate probation with?
No. Go put your hands down.
You take pictures?
He can take a picture.
Well, what probation I violate?
Neil was arrested on a probation violation, which gave investigators more time to gather enough evidence to charge him with murder. Meanwhile, Anthony Brown, who had recently been interviewed regarding the murder, was arrested for possession of a handgun. The police were able to confirm that it was the same gun that was used to kill Lou.
I knew it. That's why I said everything he was saying also was absolutely fucking stupid. Because if he had anything to do with it, he giving them motive. He's building the motive for them. He's telling them, I'm aware. And by extension, the people that are with me, through me, are aware of him being a gambler. And for nothing else. I know he has cash and he gambles. And I need it because of all these situations that I've said. So now you got motive and you got a reason or a reason for him to even want to start like doing it, and then you got a motive for why the person that he actually did it to. Ridiculous.
Anthony refused to talk to the police. Neil and Anthony would sit in jail for 3 months on unrelated charges while the police continued their investigation. They needed to find the third person and hopefully get them to confess before Neil and Anthony were released. 4 months after the murder took place, 15-year-old Willie Fletcher would enter the police department with his lawyer, claiming he had a story to tell them in exchange for a deal. Willie claimed that Anthony was the mastermind behind the plan.
Now, listen, we do these long enough, I'm going to be getting some of these wrong, for sure. It just is what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'll make a good detective. But it's some things that you just realize and notice and just live in life. And you just knew. You just knew. And he was the mastermind. He was the one that planned it out. Because of everything, and you just helped them establish a motive and premeditation for what you did. Now you're gonna be charged with second degree murder because it was a murder that happened along with another felony in the company of another felony, which was robbery. So you're probably not getting premeditated murder because it'd be difficult for them to prove that he actually went there with the intention to murder them. So he's not gonna get murder one. It's gonna be second degree murder that he's gonna be charged with. Why are you telling the police all of this stuff when you know what you did? First of all, you just showed up out of nowhere because they said they didn't pick you up. He just showed up there. What the? I don't like, you get what you deserve for sure. You did this, you get the time and all of that that you deserve. So I'm not even feeling like exhaustion for like justice being served. It is what it is. You did the crime, you do the fucking time. Stay out of, like, just figure out another way, folks. Stop harming people because they got something that you ain't got. Just stop it. But just still, oh my god, just the stupidity that happens in these videos. Give me a headache.
Anthony approached Neil and Willie, and he told them he had just played dice with someone who carried a lot of cash. Anthony, Neil, and Willie went to Lou's apartment. After telling Lou they wanted to play dice, Anthony would hand Willie the handgun and tell him to eliminate Lou while his back was turned. Willie claimed that Anthony had threatened him and his family with death if he ever told the police what had happened. This was the final piece of the puzzle that investigators needed to finally solve the case. In the end, Neil was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Anthony received the same sentence. Because Willie cooperated with the police, he was also sentenced to life in prison, but he has the chance of parole. What are your thoughts on this case?
Holy, he got life in prison. Well, okay, because never mind. I was going to say he told and still got life in prison, which is crazy, but he's the one that actually pulled the trigger. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. All of them got life without parole. He's the one. The other two got life without parole. He's the one that got life, but with the possibility of parole. how long does it? I don't know on this, but if anybody know, if you get a life sentence and you get the possibility of parole, they usually will tell you like the time that you have. I'm curious of what Michigan is that you get like life with parole when you are first available for parole, or maybe it's like some specific sentencing guidelines in Michigan. But yeah, as I'm say, anytime you tell and you still get jail time, I'm thinking about the what's his name, the rapper Honeycomb Brazy in one of his songs say something about you told it still went to jail. What did you tell for? Which in this situation, if that was the case, I'd be like, yeah, what the hell was the purpose? But I guess some hope is better than no hope in his instance. But you pull the trigger, yeah, I also get why you still got life and you only got the chance of parole, no guarantee that you actually getting out. So again, another example of stay out of stuff, y'all. I don't want to react to y'all. I don't, because it's never anything good. Now, if you're going to be one of my early videos, you're just doing some stupid and goofy, then, you know, we can probably have a chuckle about it. You do some real stuff, bro. I don't want to react to y'all doing none of this in the future. Figure it out. Figure out another way, y'all. Just don't take that chance. All right, y'all. Until next time, stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Have some fun. Take deep breaths. Shut up. I told you that. And remember, in the back of your head, at some point throughout your days, just hear what telling you, drop your shoulders. I promise you, you're going to find out that you holding your shoulder and tensing up your shoulders for no reason. So, drop your shoulders. But we getting consistent, y'all. So, we're going to be here. We're here for a good time and a long time. So, till the next one. Catch you on the flip. Peace.